used to burn it down, but they ain't appreciate the fire. Now I'm back to make them bow at the feet of their Messiah. Through these speakers, how I preach it to the choir. After all these sacrifices, it's the time for me to reach what I desire. The brass ring is the beacon. I've completed what's required. Had to seek to be inspired just to heat up on these liars. Gain knowledge off the lessons of the highest. So is it a Messiah complex or the complex of a Messiah? As time goes by, and eye for an eye. Anything you ever heard of my demise was a lie. Found the drop, motivated and revived, just the rise. I respected it, the guy of the vibes I provide. Got reporters in the sight. I ain't studied for the title, I'm an idol. It's nothing to make your buddy a disciple. And I always had the heart to wreck. I'm building masterpieces, hitting name mark with all this art. I'm like an architect. You feel the soul in my speech like a preacher's verse. And the bulls curve, stomping peace till my sneakers burst. Flowing with the preacher dirt, tried to fade away in peace, but it wasn't sitting right. Now I'm back releasing birth. It's rated. I made my name up in the genre. So if I'm not the king, then I'm aiming for his armor. Head corner, cause it's time I got back where I belong. Been the best at wrestling, rapping on these songs all along. I used to burn it down, but they ain't appreciate the fire. Now I'm back to make them bow at the feet of their Messiah. Through these speakers, how I preach it to the choir. After all the sacrifices, it's the time for me to reach what I desire. The brass ring is the beacon. I've completed what's required. Had to seek to be inspired just to heat up all these liars. Gain knowledge off the lessons of the highest. So is it a Messiah complex or the complex of a Messiah? Tree. Gorilla pressing quotes, twisting the glue up in this session. Let me catch the smoke, striving for perfection, not accepting close. So I'm executing like Brett, straight finessing from the second approach. Wrote this whole record with a separate approach, modified the method up, adding to the effort after checking notes. Knowing clever boasts, bring the cheddar close. So I transformed into the man, like Becky in a leather coat. Flair flow, second nature, figure eight, and I'm a wrestling bar role model. When niggas hate it, ready headed to the base. Bring the boss in, the horseman, who theories gon' last a lot longer than Austin's. Cause I was on pause, now I'm back for all the portions. Try to put some plaques up on the wall. I ain't rapping for applause, man. I'm just wrecking it superb to finally get the respect that I deserve. I used to burn it down, but they ain't appreciate the fire. Now I'm back to make them bow at the feet of their Messiah. Through these speakers, how I preach it to the choir. After all these sacrifices, it's the time for me to reach what I desire. The brass ring is the beacon. I've completed what's required. Had to seek to be inspired just to heat up all these liars. Gain knowledge off the lessons of the highest. So is it a Messiah complex or the complex of a Messiah?
Yeah, man. Surprise. I don't know about none of that other shit, man. I just here to make my daughter proud, man. That's it. Traded. I know what it is.
How you feeling?
Feeling alright, man. A little hot, but you know, when you're doing your art, you gotta sacrifice it to the summer, all conditions.
Oh, what it is. Oh, my mic is loud. Whoops. Have to eliminate that. Welcome to the first weekly edition of the William Green Experience right here on YouTube and on Speaker Radio. As you can see, I am nervous as all hell because I'm going to be talking about, the subject that you see right here on your screen. Who's responsible for Breonna Taylor's death? Don't mind me, that's my boy VJ. He's doing a documentary series here. Yeah, but anyway, scratch that. I'm not gonna lie. I've been thinking about doing this for about a month now. The reason I contemplated because of, you know, it seems like if you have a different opinion these days, people will ridicule you. If you're a black man, you have different opinions about black issues or whatever have you. You get called coons, sambos, Uncle Toms, race traders. Jesus Christ. Everything under the sun you get called. Like a few weeks ago, I had an opinion about George Floyd, but I'm gonna get to that at the end of the show because it's not about well, not George Floyd, Jacob Blake, him. There's like a lot of these shootings. It's like I'm starting to lose track of the names here because there's been so many in the past 5 years. It's like I can't just. It's just I can't like pinpoint one or focus just on one. There's a lot, but the one we're talking about is the latest one, Breonna Taylor. There's been different opinions on this on what happened. What really happened? Who should be held responsible? Should the cop be held responsible for Breonna Taylor's murder because he fired blindly into the window and it, I guess, went through walls and hit her? At least that's what I've read. Or should they have charged him with reckless endangerment, which is what they indeed charged him with? They didn't charge her directly with her murder. But before I give my opinion on this whole thing, I was going to show you some things, some stuff. Bear with me for a moment. So this right here is the whole case. Well, not the entire case, but these are all the documents from the case. This whole it gives a timeline from believe December 2009 till up until I think believe May. Because one weekend I read all 42 pages of 46 pages of those documents. And by the way, those documents could be found on TatumReport.com. Shout out to Brandon Tatum. He's the one that came up with this information, or I think the information was given to him, so he put it on the channel. And by the way, I also posted it on Instagram, so you can go check there at William Green underscore WGX. And you can hit me up on Twitter at William Green WGX. You can get me up there too. But here's my thing. After reading all these reports, every single page of this, what I'm about to show you, after reading every single page, I come up with the conclusion of a lot of stuff. And I come up to the conclusion that the media doesn't want you to know any of the actual information. Why? Because they're pushing a narrative. They're pushing this blacks versus whites versus blacks versus police. They're pushing it, and you're just there believing the bullshit. And I'm trying my best not to cuss too much. I really am, but I just gotta keep it a buck. They're pushing the narrative, and you guys believe it. Like, people really thinks that Breonna Taylor was killed while she was asleep. That's false. She wasn't killed while she was asleep. She was killed in the hallway, standing side by side with her boyfriend. Brain matter was on his shirt, according to the documents I read. But I've listened to a lot of podcasts the past few weeks. I even posted a comment in the comment section of one, and they refuse to acknowledge what I actually said. I wonder why. I his words verbatim was, ugh, trying to figure out exactly what he said because it's been a while. It's been a few days. Well, actually, it's been a week. Actually, okay. He said that we have the right to comment and say how we feel, and he also has the same right to not acknowledge what I just said. You see, I find something wrong with that. Honestly, I find something wrong with that because I get it. You have the right not to acknowledge me. You're right because everybody has the right to put the energy into what they want to put the energy to. But if you're telling lies or going based on what the mainstream media is telling you, and you also feed it to your audience, and I gave you an opinion, or actually, I gave you facts. I actually gave you facts. You didn't want to acknowledge it. I wonder why. You didn't even want to discuss it. Wonder why. And the crazy thing is, you're starting out just like I am. Actually, not even starting out. They're bigger than me right now. They're bigger than me. So I'll assume if you're trying to go, where you want to go, probably mainstreams or big enough to the point that you don't have to work another day in your life to support what you do. Like if you want to go big, I implore you to just tell the truth. So this is the whole thing. What they're telling you about her being asleep, that's false. She wasn't asleep. She was in the hallway. Breonna Taylor posted bond for Glover, her boyfriend, or her ex-boyfriend at the time. Now, the media is trying to paint Breonna Taylor out to be somebody innocent. But we're not going to talk about that. That's basically another argument. People basically try to imply if I bring up anything like that, it implies that she deserved to die. And I don't think she deserved to die. Honestly speaking, she doesn't deserve to die. What I believe after reading all this is she just got caught in the crossfire. So yeah, whatever she was doing, it was no good. She was up to no good. Like there is a they found the dead body in a car, in a rental car in her name. In her name. Now I'll give you my opinion about that after I read the rest of this. So yeah, this is all. I don't know if you how good you can see this, but this is basically. You have to pardon me because I gotta look at this myself. Yeah, that's one of the vehicles that was seen going out of her house because apparently she was bringing money from the trap house, or they was bringing money from the trap house to her house. Apparently, that was what was going on. A lot was going on there. So they caught. I think Brianna was on the passenger side. And let me see. Yeah, these are conversations that they was having that Breonna Taylor was having with the ex boyfriend. All this right here was like phone conversations. So she the one that had the money. Now, a lot of you are saying that the police will just happen to break in and invade the house. A lot of people are saying that too. This is what really happened. See these pictures right here? See these pictures right here? These are all they were surveying Brianna and her ex-boyfriend. Keep on getting confused. Or whoever. Because I'm getting sick and tired of even talking about this with people. But this is the facts right here. All this right here. If you go read it, it's on TatumReport.com. And somewhere in here, this is what happened. Now, a lot of people are saying that the police didn't knock, didn't announce themselves because it was a no knock warrant, but they elected to knock because they thought that Breonna would come out peacefully. They didn't see her as a violent threat. So that's why they elect to knock instead of just going and not knock at all. Like like they got the no knock warrant for. They didn't follow through with it. Witnesses said that they announced themselves, and there's another report that came out. They said the boyfriend initially told police that she was the one that fired first, not him, Breonna. But he changed the story. He later said that he was the one that fired because he thought it was intruders. So they didn't charge him. They didn't charge him with anything as of yet, and I don't think they should. Because if you didn't, well, I'm just gonna say this. I was gonna ask this question: what burglar will knock before going inside of a house? I just need to know that. What burglar will knock, will bang on doors? What burglar do that? Now I can understand if it was a home invasion. If you want to say you thought your home was being invaded, yeah, I can go with that. That makes sense. But that's what I kept on reading. I kept on reading that they thought it was a burglar. That's because you see, this is what happens when you listen to other people instead of looking up the facts of the case yourself. And then the public is trying to force the attorney general to release the transcripts to the public. Like, who are y'all? Y'all not a judge. You see, this is media pressure. The media is trying to force lies down your throat. Honestly, that's what they're doing. Okay, but yeah, he told police initially that Breonna fired first. But what happened, according to their conversation somewhere after she died, she was brought up in the conversation. Breonna was brought up in the conversation. They said that dude fired at police. So they found out later they was police officers. And they said that he should have fired, like they said that he fired first. And then they were saying about, then everybody was saying, oh, the police, why didn't they help her? She got shot in the head. One of those bullets went in her head and she died instantly. They said the most she could have lasted before help arrived was 2 minutes after getting shot like that. 2 minutes. So she would have died anyway. So why are you pushing that narrative too to make the cops look bad? Now, I'm not on either side. I'm not playing no sides. You see, that's what people do. People on both sides, think that I'm playing on their side because I say the facts that goes according to what their narrative is. I don't care. I'm being neutral. If you're wrong on one side, I'm going to tell you you're wrong. So that's what I'm doing right now. Like I said, you can go find this on entertainmentreport.com. You can take your time and read it like I did. I'm just giving you the meat and potatoes. That's all I'm here to do. I'm not here to read all 46 of those pages because that'll take 2 hours for me to do. But what I'm not going to sit here and do here on the William Green Experience is to sit up here and lie to you. I'm not. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. This is my opinion according to what these facts are. Number one, Breonna Taylor was just caught in the crossfire. That's basically what it goes down to. Number two, oh yeah, I just forgot to add one thing. People are saying that it's not justice for Breonna because they didn't charge the cop with shooting her. They fire him. They charged him with reckless endangerment. I think that's what it was, somewhere along those lines. It was something specific in that it's something that they call it in that state and city and stuff like that. If it happened here in New York City, it would have been called reckless endangerment. But yeah, I believe if you charge him with anything, now you can argue that he fired because he heard shots fired. You can argue that. But at the least, if you want to hold the officer responsible for shooting her, then that's exactly what you charge him with. You don't charge him with murder because you have to prove intent in order to get a murder conviction. You see, that's what people don't understand. People don't know what murder is. Just because somebody gets shot or killed in any form or fashion, that don't mean it's murder. There has to be context added to it. And that's what a lot of people don't do. They don't add context. They just say, oh, charge you with murder, charge you with murder. Okay, what happened? If I do something and I killed them, but it was proven sorry. If they can prove that I did this to them or that I meant to do it or that I actually got up in the morning and said, you know what, I'm going to kill this person today. And I wanted to succeed with that plan. If you could prove I did that, you'll get your conviction. If you can't prove that, then what's going to happen is you're going to get a not guilty plea. You're going to get acquitted. And what's going to happen is you're going to burn down more stores when they should have charged him with what they were supposed to charge him with. I feel like sometimes the jiu-jitsu system, oh man, I feel like the jiu-jitsu spit system. Oh man. Sorry, haven't had anything to drink all day. Sorry about that. The justice system in some of these towns, I think they overcharge people. I think they be overcharging people with a lot of crimes. They be charging people with crimes they shouldn't be charging them with, just so they could get acquitted. Now, this is just conspiracy opinion of mine, so you could take it for what you can take it for. I believe a lot of these. I believe the jury and the media. I believe they are in cahoots with each other somehow. I can't prove it, but I think that's what it is. I think they're in cahoots. Again, that's just a conspiracy opinion because it's like it just doesn't make any sense. If you know, as a lawyer, because I know I spoke to a lot of lawyers, and a lot of them are very particular in their wins, especially personal case attorneys or what have you, or high price attorneys that can get rich people off of crazy ass crimes. Well, if you're a DA, you want high conviction rates, so I'm gonna go with the DA. If the DA knows that they have some sort of hard evidence to put somebody away or to get a conviction, wouldn't you charge them with the crime that you know you'll get the easy conviction on? When you do that, that's why I find that funny. But like I said, that's just something that I just think about to myself. That's it's just conspiracy theories that I'm not a conspiracy theorist per se, but sometimes I do get conspiracy theories. But that's another story for another day about conspiracies because a lot of people I know have them. I don't believe all of them because a lot of them don't make any sense logically, but it is what it is. And also, as far as Breonna Taylor, I can just say that she just got caught in the crossfire. Honestly speaking, she got caught in the crossfire. Like she was just a victim of bad circumstances. Honestly speaking, she shouldn't be dealing with that guy in the first place, the ex boyfriend, because he's the one that got you killed, and he doesn't give a damn that he almost got you killed neither. But then again, you made the decision to still sleep with somebody that committed murder and put the body in the car of a rental car, I should say, that's in your name. So you had to have known something about that. Honestly speaking, you had to have known something about that. Like, Jesus Christ. But like I said, I'm not trying to disparage her name. I'm not trying to drag her name, but to just paint her out to be somebody that's innocent. Like, for example, I noticed that the news always has her a picture of her with an EMT outfit on. But she was fired from there 3 years ago. She was fired. Why the news didn't put that on? Why the news didn't put that out there? Why didn't they do that? That's not right. At that point, you're just lying. At that point, you're just lying to the American public. At the end of the day, she got caught in the crossfire. Yeah, she got caught in the crossfire. That's all. Nothing more, nothing less. Justice for Breonna Taylor. What justice? You act like she got caught not doing anything. She got caught working with the people who be murdering people and dealing drugs. That's what she was doing. And it's not me trying to say that she deserves it. She was just, people said that she was knee deep in criminal activity. I disagree. She was waist deep in criminal activity. Waist deep. Fuck. Fuck. Knee deep. Justice for Breonna Taylor. My ass. I'm not even trying to sound like, I'm not even trying to be a dick. I'm trying. I'm really trying not to. I'm really trying. I'm like, at the end of the day, you have she has to own some responsibility in that as well. Because if I was to be caught at a trap house and the police raided it and I get arrested and I go back and tell, my friends, like my friends and family, you know what they're gonna ask me? What were you doing at a trap house? What were you doing there? Why can't we question the actions of victims? There's a reason why they was there. And there's a reason why the police was there. They wasn't there for no reason. The only reason they got her address is because the guy that she was dealing with got mail there. So they linked the address, they linked drug activity to her address. And according to the surveillance cameras, she was in on it. So that's why they got her name in it. Because of who she involved herself with. As for her current boyfriend, he better be lucky he didn't get arrested. And he better be lucky he wasn't killed. You better be blessed. But that's how I feel. That's how I feel about this whole thing. Because if I'm going to be on here talking to y'all and giving my opinions about things, rather it be sports, it's crazy. I've yet to talk about sports on his William Green experience since I launched this. And I love sports. But I know what the people want to listen to. They want to listen to the bullshit. The fake news, as Trump will call them, the fake news. Honestly speaking, I thought when he said fake news, I thought that he was just being a baby back. But as I'm looking at it, I gotta agree. It is fake news. A lot of them don't tell the truth. And it's crazy, you got the NBA participating in this garbage. Jacob Blake. I got heat for posting that. And honestly speaking, I'm just going to say from the bottom of my heart that I apologize. I apologize that you are offended. I apologize. I'm sorry that you're offended by the truth. I'm sorry. You act like he was innocent too. He wasn't innocent. He was there because he was wanted for felony sexual assault. And the girlfriend called the police on him. He wasn't there breaking up a fight. Well, he probably was breaking up a fight. He didn't know the cops was there for him, I guess. So the police detained him. What did you do? You run to you. I guess there was a scuffle because I'm gonna tell you something. There was one. There was two videos. There was one of somebody pointing the camera out the window, and there's another angle where he was on the ground. They show him getting up, running to the car. Now, if you look closely at the one that the media gives you, which is the one pointing out the window, they just show him going from the car to the driver's side, from the other side of the car. But what I noticed in the first one, because like I said on a few shows ago, I forgot who I was on with when I said it, but I told him I saw the video 6 times in a row. I saw it one time when I clicked play, and I'm like, my initial reaction was, wow, that's effed up. It's messed up. They did him dirty. They didn't have to shoot that many times. And then I saw the video 5 more times on a loop because it was I think it was a 50-second video or 30-second video. They show, I noticed that he was somewhere. It looked like he was on the ground. Then he ran from the car, from the other side of the car to the driver's side, and that's when he lit him up. Now, this is before I knew the facts of the case. I looked at that and I said it was justified because if you're detained, you can't run. You can't leave the scene. If you're detained, you have to stay right there. Now, this is what I tell people. And this is what I was also told too. If you believe that your arrest is unjustified, you let them arrest you because you have no choice in that matter. Because they're in charge. They're in uniform. I'm sorry that offends you, or I'm sorry hearing that pisses you off. That's just the way it works. Now, if you get arrested and they release you, you know what you do? Call a lawyer and file a lawsuit. And I bet you they'll win. I bet you will win. Because remember, they have to get their paperwork in order. They embellish that paperwork in any way, that's their ass. But if enough people did this, I bet you there wouldn't be that many police shootings. I bet you won't be that much police shootings. Excuse me. But yeah, he decided to run to his car and go in his car. Now, everybody's talking about, oh, what about the kids? I'm sorry. Let me not apologize because I mean every word I'm about to say. If he cared anything, if he actually gave a damn about his kids, I don't know if they're boys or girls, but if he cared of anything, if he cared 1 ounce about those kids, guess he would have never went to his car while they was in the car. Because at the end of the day, those police officers are humans just like me and you. Just like us. They're human. So you think I'm gonna wait if I'm a cop, you think I'm gonna wait until the person gets whatever he gonna get out that car? You think I'm gonna wait to see that? No, I'm gonna light his ass up. That's justified. I'm sorry. Sometimes when it comes to stuff like that, it requires deadly force. Now, this is why I was afraid to do this show. I'm gonna give you some reasons. This is the main reason why. I'm in a sports group called Sports Analyst. And I was tagged in a post. Apparently, he screenshotted the post of me going on TMZ's post in a comment section and saying that the shooter was justified. So he screenshots the post in my response and says, or he asks me, "Do you mind elaborating here, sir?" And I'm like, "It's justified. What do you want me to say?" So later on, a few threads later, he told somebody that he didn't tag me to, I guess, ridicule me. Bro, yeah, you did. Because if you didn't, you wouldn't have. One, you probably would have asked for my number to discuss it with me, or you could have just hit my inbox. If you wanted to ask me how I did feel, or you wanted to have a discussion, you would have did those things. In fact, you probably could have had me on your show as a guest. That would have been an awesome discussion. But you choose to put me on a page with a bunch of people you know damn well are not going to agree with me. Not that I'm looking for people to agree with me or not. That's not the point. But you know those people are not going to have a discussion with me. So you laid me out the pasture, bruh. Just admit it. I respect you more if you admitted it. I would respect you more as a man if you admit that you laid me out the pasture, because that's what you did. So I had people on that page ridicule me, call me all types of coons, sandbos, or I. So, let me see. There's one that I read. Any person that will defend this action is a sick person. What? I'm a sick person because I'm thinking with logic. Why in the hell would you run when you got guns pointed at you and go inside your vehicle? Now, they said they found the knife in the vehicle. I don't know. To me, that's kind of sketchy because I don't know where. I didn't see a knife. I don't know if he was going for one. I don't know if he had one. I can't talk about what I didn't see. I didn't see a knife. But if you want me to look at the video for what it is, and you want me to look at it closely, if you are at gunpoint, you do not run. You put your hands in the air and wave it like you just don't care. Now, let me stop. But you put your hands in the air. Put your hands in plain sight. Don't do anything. But he decided to go batshit crazy and go to his car and light him up. They lit him up. Now, people are saying, "Oh, did he have to shoot him 7 times?" I mean, that's debatable. But then again, how many shots you think it's going to take for that person to stop what they're doing? Because what you're doing, you have to. If the person's a threat, you have to neutralize the threat. So you have to shoot it until it no longer moves. But in this case, he can't move from the waist down because he's paralyzed. Now, does he deserve that? No. No one deserves that. I don't wish that on my worst enemy. But at the end of the day, your decision is what got you to where it is. About to be in jail in a wheelchair like the guy from Oz. That's where it got you. It also got you rich too because they donated a lot. Got him rich too. So yeah, I got called all kinds of coons and I got called a sick person. But I'm not a sick person. I'm a person that tells the truth. I just like the truth. No, sometimes the truth does hurt. It does. But at the same time, when you look at the truth about yourself, it makes you a better person. So why come people can't accept this for being like? Why can't people accept this for being what's true, so we can not do it again? Like that's what we have to do. I'm running out of things to say about this because at the end of the day, the media is dividing us more. The justice system is flawed as fuck. Like, if you know you have a conviction, why would you overcharge them and not get that conviction? It's like you must like the city burning down because people are angry. But for the people out here who always go on Facebook and and don't like to discuss shit with people, they just want you to be silent and listen to their opinions. But you want to have a discussion. No, you don't. You don't want to have a discussion. You just want people to agree with you. And I'm sorry. If me giving my opinion based on factual information makes me a sellout, a coon, on any of that stuff, then I guess I'll be that. Because I'd rather be a coon than to be sheep. I'd rather be that. I'd rather be those things than to be sheep. But as far as Breonna Taylor is concerned, like as far as she's concerned,
Find your one and four more.
the hell? We have videos over here playing stuff. As far as she's concerned, she got caught in the crossfire. She got caught in the crossfire. That's what she did. She wasn't. she she wasn't targeted because she was a black woman. She was targeted because she was dealing with some people. Some people she wasn't supposed to be dealing with.
Sometimes the future. Ultimate challenge.
That's what happened to her.
Crossfire.
That's what happened to me. Yeah, that's what happened to Breonna Taylor. She got caught in the crossfire. So no, the justice. You want to say, and technically speaking, she did get justice. They charged the cop with reckless endangerment. That's justice. Because he should. I mean, we can make the argument that he should have never fired into the house because he had no visual on who was shooting. The cops inside did. He didn't. So you can make the argument right there that he blindly fired inside the house. But like I said, that's the appropriate charge because it's not like he woke up in the morning and said, "I want to kill me a black woman today." He didn't do that. He blindly shot into the house because he got fired upon and just blindly shot because people were shooting. So that's what happened. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Who should be who should be held responsible for death? Should it be the police? should we hold her responsible for wrong decision making? But in the end of the day, nobody wins. Somebody lost their daughter to unfortunate circumstances. And that's sad. She had aspirations of being a nurse. And if she didn't deal with the guy that she was dealing with, she'll still be alive today. But for some reason, the mainstream media don't want to say this. And I have no idea why. I know the athletes, I know LeBron James and all of them, I know why they don't want to say it. Because if they say it, they're going to get the endorsements taken away from them. So to them, it's all about money. They don't care about you. They don't care. They don't give no squirts. They don't give two squirts of piss about you. So you could tell they're full of shit, and that's why it affects their money. If they feel like they're going to lose money, guess what? They're not going to speak on it. If it affects their bottom line, they're not going to speak on it. So people like LeBron James is just full of shit, and you believe it because they believe what the mainstream media is pushing out. Because they don't want the smoke with the Black Lives Matter organization. Me, I don't care. I'll go on anybody's platform and discuss this. It's fine. But chances are they probably won't bring me on their show, but it's okay. Anybody want to come on here and discuss it? I'm fine with it. But y'all let me know what y'all think. You've been listening to the William Green Experience right here on YouTube. Thanks for watching. Y'all have a good night.